Welcome to the next section of the Natural Environment Teaching Module. Graphing and Interpretation. What, when, why, and how. What do we graph for NET? 1. Overall total percent of correct responding. And 2. Total percent of correct responding per stimulus. When graphing the overall total percent of correct responding, you're going to look at the total number of correct responses divided by the total number of teaching trials. For example, if your client has gotten 5 trials correct and you have done a total of 10 trials, you're going to divide 5 by 10 and get 50%. This means the overall total percent correct is 50%. If you're graphing total percent of correct responding per stimulus, you're going to look at the total number of correct responses per stimulus divided by the total number of trials per stimulus. For example, if your client has done 3 trials using the apple, then you're going to look at the number of times your client correctly responded apple. For example, if this was 1, you're going to divide 1 by 3. Getting 33%. You would then do the same calculation for each stimulus. When do we graph? You should graph at the end of each session, or as often as your supervisor instructs you to graph. We graph to visually represent the client's level of performance. This tells us the skills that are being acquired, maintained, or need problem solving. We also graph to identify trends in responding. Graphing guides your supervisor's database decisions regarding the client's behavior change programs. You have certain responsibilities as an RBT. As an RBT, it would be your responsibility to collect and graph data. You're also going to use graphs that allow for interpretation of the data. For example, at the end of each session, Johnny continues to graph so that his supervisor can see the client's progress across multiple sessions.